Welcome to another edition of Cooking with the Quades. Good morning from Denby Point Park. We are in Arkansas. This is the Army Corps Engineer site, and today we are going to attempt to do a full-blown Thanksgiving dinner out of the RV. Hope you guys will hang out with us while I try to get this turkey cooked. So we bought a full-size turkey, thinking I was going to get it on this little electric smoker I bought. I'm very fond of smoking meat, so there was no way we were going to go on the road full time and I was going to not figure out a way to at least smoke some meat. So things done pretty good by so far. The portions are small. We did smoked meatloaf on it one day, which was really good. So what I've had to do is cut the turkey in half. So I spatchcocked it by taking the backbone out and then flipped it over and flattened it and then split it right down the breastbone. So I'm going to do this in 2 different cooking periods. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys, especially when you're working out, camping outside, always keep some warm soapy water, especially if you're dealing with poultry. Everything you touch here is going to get contaminated if you don't, and then you're going to have a mess on your hands. So our first step is to get this thing dry. We brined it for a day with our favorite brine. We have several favorite brines that we use, but this one's just a box brine, and it actually does really well. So we're going to get this thing dried off so we can get it seasoned and ready to go. So our method of brining was you cook the brine first, which I did. Then we had a brining bag that came with a little kit that we bought after we thawed the turkey out. So once the turkey's been put in the bag, all the brine mixture together, I actually just throw it in the cooler, cover it up with some ice, close the lid, put it away somewhere where it's cool. Unfortunately for us, it's been in the 20s and hasn't got up above 40 degrees since we've been here. And so it stayed cool. And that's how we brine it. We brine this one for about a day and a half. Usually they tell you about an hour a pound and not to over brine it. But we've done the same method several different ways. We've got several different brines that we've used and have not had any issues yet. So now we have it all dried off. I'm gonna baste it with a little bit of herb butter that I made up. This is just to help the skin crisp up. And then it also helps the smoke stick to the turkey and have the season stay on it. Butter that I'm using, we're only going to use it on the turkey one time raw. Once it starts cooking, we won't use it, and then it will be discarded when we're done. So we're not going to be constantly basting with this butter because we put it all over the raw turkey. So once this turkey goes on, this will be just discarded. We won't use it anymore. Once we get this thing covered in some butter, we're going to put our favorite seasoning on it. Trying a little bit different seasoning. We always use poultry seasoning, which we have here. Whatever your favorite type of seasoning is for poultry, for Thanksgiving season, we'll give it a pretty good coat. And this is called Everything But Leftovers. It's the Thanksgiving season we bought from Trader Joe's. It's got a pretty good taste to it. It's got plenty of salt and pepper in it, so it's trying to keep this simple here. It's a little bit on the difficult side, trying to do a whole Thanksgiving dinner with a 3-burner stove and a very small oven inside. We probably could have fit the turkey in there, but if we put the turkey in the oven, then nothing else would have gotten cooked today. So we made the call to bring this thing outside and try to get it done on this smoker. So I'm going to finish seasoning this up. I'll be right back with you guys. Got a bird all seasoned up, ready to go. So I'm going to get the Woodfire smoker started here and get some smoke started. It's just an electric pellet smoker, nothing fancy, people. Whatever you need to do to give you what you want. That's the way I look at things. It is nice here cooking lakefront this morning. Now, it doesn't get any better than this. So we'll set the smoker to smoke. I have it set for 2 hours, just to check it in 2 hours. We're going to use a meat thermometer, a digital meat thermometer. This thing is my best friend because it has a Bluetooth sensor that you put around your neck and take it wherever you go, so you don't have to babysit this thing all day. This was given to me. It's called Smoke Receiver. Well, Chrissy gave this to me for a Christmas present once, and it's one of those presents that you're going to use forever, especially with as much as I like to smoke here. So I'm going to get this thing turned on. First, it goes through what's called an ignite. The wood pellets are in here, ready to go. And then it'll give me a little beep that says add food. Once that happens, we're going to stick our turkey on there. But for now, I need to get the thermometer placed in a decent location. I'll tell you what I always do, because you never know if you have this in the thickest part of the breast meat or not. Once it gets up to temperature, I'll actually pull this probe out and move it around a little bit. And if I find a cold spot and the temperature drops, I push it back into that cold spot and leave it on until that spot comes up. Because if you're not in the right location here, you could definitely undercook the bird. Chances of overcooking it are slim, but chances of undercooking it are pretty good. So I always take and test that later on by pulling it out a little bit. So we're going to give this thing a few minutes to come up to temperature and get some smoke rolling out of it. And we'll be right back with you guys. Good morning, Mr. Blue Jay. We're almost there. As you guys can see, we got some smoke happening here. Just a few more minutes, this thing will be up to temperature and we will be ready to rock and roll. All right, we're up to temperature. The smoke is rolling. Let's get this thing started. Fingers crossed I can get at least half of this thing on there. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Looking good. Perfection. See you in 2 hours.
Mike is doing a terrific job with the turkey. I'm in charge of the sides. So I'm making my mom's stuffing, which is probably one of my all-time favorites. It's probably her least favorite side, but it's one of my all-time favorites. So come with me while I make my mom's stuffing. But this year I'm putting a twist on it because I made homemade sourdough bread cubes to go in it.
But while you guys were away doing who knows what, I got everything all cleaned up here, ran in and made myself an espresso. I need a little teeny caffeine kick this morning other than the 3 cups of coffee I already had. You can see we still have smoke rolling here. We got about an hour and 42 minutes left. Keeping track on my temperature here and my Bluetooth that I get to carry with me wherever I go. So hang tight for a little bit. I'll give you guys an update shortly. Cheers. It's time. We hit 165 degrees, so it's time to take this bad boy out of the smoker. Turn these alarms off. So I like to wrap mine in pink butcher paper when I'm done and then let it rest. So we are going to pull this thing off and wrap it up nice and tight with some pink butcher paper. Let's see what we got in here. Gonna have to give you guys a close-up. First, let me get this temperature probe. I already did what I said I was going to do. Pulled the probe out and checked 3 or 4 different areas. They're all up to temperature or better, which means that I was in a good part of the turkey. So let's see if I can do this without wrecking the whole thing. Oh yeah, it's definitely done. Check that out. We have the same thing to do over again, but the next one I'm going to do on roast and not on smoke. It's going to be cooked the exact same way.
Okay, now it's time for Brussels sprouts. Stuffing is done, and Mike is outside blowing off I don't know what. He's just likes to play with his blower. So Lily and I are in here. We're going to make Brussels sprouts with pecans and cranberries. And I think I'm going to drizzle it with a little hot honey at the end. Brussels are prepped, ready to go in the oven. I decided to pop the stuffing in the oven first because that's in cast iron and that's going to hold heat a little bit longer. So all I did was take, and I halved all of the Brussels sprouts, coated them in some olive oil, salt, pepper, put the cranberries and the pecans on top. At the end, I'm going to drizzle them with a little bit of hot honey. Okay, stuffing's out. Now I'm going to put my rolls in. This might be an epic fail. I followed the recipe. Something didn't feel right about the dough. I've made enough sourdough bread to know what feels right, what doesn't. This felt a little drier than it should. I added more liquid. Anyway, I'm going to pop them in the oven. If they suck, I have regular sourdough bread. We'll just make toast or something out of that. Or just, we can live without that carb today.
Good afternoon from Denby Point, Army Corps of Engineers. We are camping over the Thanksgiving weekend.
I think it was a big success.
It was. It turned out really well. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. All the food was good. We did homemade rolls, mashed potatoes and gravy, turkey 2 different ways. We bought a Ninja wood-fired smoker, which is a grill, smoker, air fryer all in one.
It's been great.
Yep.
This is a fantastic campground. It's pretty full, believe it or not, for it being Thanksgiving weekend, and it's November in Arkansas, and it's chilly. But it's been really quiet, and y'all, we're right on the lake. It's fantastic.
It is.
The water's a little low. We've heard all kinds of birds and ducks and maybe an owl, maybe a wolf, maybe a coyote last night. We don't know. We're not sure. It was really, really nice to stay here. I would definitely come back. We're on site 29, and our door opens up right to the lake, which is right in front of us. And we have a huge yard that Lily can be in, and we can walk around and move our chairs to wherever we want. And I will definitely come back here. Water and electric only. Yep. No sewer. That was on me because we came in with 1 tick on our black tank because I thought we had sewer and we don't. So we're fine. We're only here for 3 nights. Not a big deal. We took showers up at the bathhouse. It's perfectly fine for taking a shower once or twice. Bathrooms are clean. I mean, they're a little bit older. They're a little bit worn, but all in all, this has been a really nice Army Corps of Engineers site.
Absolutely. We got to break out the solo stove last night, so that was a good time.
It was fantastic. Here at Denby Point, they have 69 campsites. This is a really big campground, but you wouldn't be able to tell because it's so heavily wooded and the lots are pretty well spaced out. We really don't even notice that we have any neighbors whatsoever. We are at Garvan Gardens, Garvan Woodland?
Yes.
Garvan Woodland. And we're here right after Thanksgiving, so they have their holiday lights out. So come take a walk with us as we see the pretty holiday lights. last year we came to a similar place, but it was in Pennsylvania, called Longwood Gardens. It is another botanical gardens, and it's beautiful. This is a little bit smaller than that, but just as pretty.
This is our last day at Denby Point. It's a Army Corps of Engineers site. We are packing up and getting ready to roll out.
We really had a great time here, and we will be back for sure. It just wasn't quite long enough with Thanksgiving, so we got to do some really fun stuff yesterday, which was go to Walmart.
Yeah, and then went to see the Christmas lights, which was pretty cool.
That was a great time. So we are headed to our next stop. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we really, really want to share our content with you guys. Hit that notification bell so you always get a notification whenever a new video comes out. And smash that like button, that thumbs up. YouTube really likes that for some reason. We really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Can you believe that?
All right, let's start that again.
Well, good afternoon from Denby. I got it. I got this time. Hold on. I'm getting one then.
You said that like 4 videos ago.
Yeah, but it's in my basket. I just haven't ordered it yet.
Okay, Amazon. Deliver it to Denby Point.
Yeah.
I use the word fantastic a lot.
This is our last day at Denby Park.
No.
This is our last day at Denby
Point.